We think that if I'm not going up to somebody and I'm not saying, I want what you have, or I want you to bless me with whatever it is that God's given you, and we say that I'm going to go and I'm going to pursue that on my own, instead of letting, I'm going to just, Daniel, you're here, so it's going to be you. Instead of Daniel being like, I've created this here, I've already walked these steps, this is the landing, this is the platform, this is where I'm at, I'm going to be like, that's awesome, I'm going to build the exact same thing over here. Sweet. Instead of being like, hey, I want to be a part of this. And because I want to be a part of this, I don't want to start over here. I want to start where you've got. And I want to build bigger, greater, and I want to go farther. You know what I'm saying? We, as the Westernized church, I want to say that it's international, but I just haven't experienced that much life yet. It's okay. That's okay to do because that's humble. If you're not asking for more, then that's fine, because you're going to go and seek more in your own quiet time, right? You're going to go find God in your own place. That's what that's going to look like. That's going to look like more of God by yourself, for you. Now, I want to get into something else. So, like what I learned one time as a youth student, we had taught on one side of the cross tower, I teach on the other, because that's just how you teach in this particular moment. So, I want to talk about what a life looks like with blessing. The first thing I want to talk about is a life in blessing looks like poor in spirit. I made a couple people write me an essay, and I actually never read the other one. I don't know how you got out of that, but it's over now. Everybody knows. But I was like, I want you to go ahead and write me this essay. I want you to tell me what poor in spirit means to you. Because I read this, and I was like, this is good. This is good stuff. This is great. How do you fight this entitlement mentality? Oh, with this. Because instead of walking in this mindset of God handed me this and God gave me this, I'm going to walk in this poor in spirit mindset. Not that I'm poor, not that I'm just like all I've got are nickels and dimes to my name, but I walk in the riches and the glory of the kingdom of heaven because God handed it to me, and therefore I'm going to walk in that confidence, and I'm going to walk with that stewardship. As in, He gave me these great things, and so I'm going to do great with these great things because God gave them to me, and I'm going to be excited about them because God gave them to me, and they're going to increase because I know God's going to give me more. Because He's God, and He's faithful, and He's just, and He's wonderful, and He's other wonderful adjectives. There's this other thing that I really want to get into. We're gonna sidetrack for a second, but we're gonna come right back. Is this thing that I realized about blessing is I love math. I think math is wonderful. I think it's great. I love the fact that math really just proves that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, and so for everything there's an inverse of that thing. So when I was younger, unfortunately we didn't live in this whole big culture of honor and this environment of encouragement that we do today. I learned all about curses, what do curses look like, what do generational curses look like, like alcoholic and just like drug addiction, all that kind of stuff that can just be brought down from like this was something your family started with, so this is something your children are going to struggle with, and this is something their children are going to struggle with, and it's just going to continue on down the line because it's generational. Because you're going to fall under a trap of it, and the next thing you know, you're going to find yourself with other people like that, and it's just this curse, it's no fun, it's terrible, nobody likes it, it's not exciting. So we spend all this time thinking, how do we combat that? Well, we'll just say that, we'll fight, we'll attack it, we'll just, I don't know, I'm sorry. I'm a little archaic. We'll get some shields and swords out, we'll just run and we'll slay that dragon. What if the opposite of a generational curse was something like a generational blessing? What if you wanted to fight a curse, then all you had to do was speak the blessing into the life of the individual that was opposite that? You know what I'm saying? What if that's what it looked like? Instead of us spending all this time trying to fight this particular thing and giving focus to this thing, we give focus to this other thing. Yeah, you're addicted to this, but let me hand you this, and this is really what you're going to be addicted to. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to live that life because God's given it to you. Just some great scripture that I just think is just wonderful. Is the three patriarchs of Israel in Genesis, like chapters 18 through all the way on. God blessed Abraham before he ever did anything. When he was Abram, He said, "This is yours. Walk in this. I'm going to give this to you." You know who God didn't just show up and bless? Isaac. Did he still walk in the exact same blessing as Abraham? Yes, because you watched it pass down to Jacob, who then became the main patriarch, and they became Israel, and became the Israelites. It carried on down. That's why there are 3 patriarchs, because that generational blessing carried from one to the next, and then all the way through, and it just carried on, and it keeps continuing carrying on. And this is what I think is really great about the Bible, is they've handed you these ways to walk in this particular thing to obtain this one thing. If you look at Matthew 5, I'm going to say Matthew 5. I'm going to say Matthew 5, and if I'm wrong, I'll be very upset at myself because I always think I write these things down, and I don't. And worse than the worst, there'll be people who are a little better versed than me that'll know exactly where it's at. Perfect. Matthew 5, 3. This is what it says. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the poor in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. You are handed multiple blessings that you will obtain if all you do is that. That's already given to you. It's already handed to you. There's a map that's right here in this particular area, Matthew 5, that says if you live this, you will inherit this blessing. It's yours. It's freely given to you, freely given, freely received, all that great stuff. That's all you have to do. That is what a part of life with blessing looks like. It's already handed to you. So if you're struggling with an area that looks like the opposite of this, simply go do that, and it counteracts that. Okay, we're to carry on. I'm almost done. I really am. I'm sorry. The other thing that it has to talk about is character. No, accountability. That's really what I meant to say. I'm sorry. My notes are different than those notes because I wrote these first. Is accountability. And you're kind of like, what in the world does accountability have anything to do with blessing? Not only can you receive blessing from God, but like we were talking about with Elijah and Elisha in 2 Kings, is you are given imparted blessing from another individual. So therefore, the people who you hold in confidence, the people who you allow to have accountability in your life are the exact same people that you can, at a moment's notice, ask for blessing from. Something that I just, you're just reading along, you're just thinking life. Christians were never meant to do life alone. All those people were just like, I want to be a hermit, I want to live by myself. I'm going to be honest, it's just not kingdom. That's not what you're set up for. That's not what God has desired for you. That's not what He has designed for you. There's a reason why we go to church. You don't go to church because you just want to engage in worship. You don't go to church because it's warm. We've got these pretty lights up. You go to church because you were there to get refreshed and reinstilled or refulfilled or whatever it looks like for you to go back out into the community and for you to continue to pursue the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're here for. We're here for us. Church looks like us. Church looks like us being here, being together, and living life together. And pursuing blessing together. I really like this. The ease of blessing is produced through held relationship. However close you are with the people that you are close to will be how easy it is for you to ask for those blessings to be imparted in your life. So if you hold everybody at arm's length, it will always be a back-breaking, knee-shattering moment for you to drop down and ask for blessing. Because you know what? I'm going to be honest. It's really hard to be up here and be like, oh, I want you to bless me, and just jump up and down. 9 times out of 10, there's like, I want to know if you're willing to bless me. It just seems like I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe this is just my moment. But it's just like this kind of contrite, kind of humble thing where you want what somebody you know has to offer to hand in your life. I don't know. It just feels important. Could be me. That might be myself. Some other stuff that I just wanted to put in there, just about the community deal, is that, iron sharpens iron. The people you're around, they're going to sharpen you, they're going to strengthen you, and all that kind of stuff. If you're not around those people, it doesn't work. The other one, a 3-cord strand is not easily broken. When you're tied together, there's a whole message on that in a word, and you got it. So if you want to write it down, it's South American. I'm skipping on, I'm sorry. It's in Ecclesiastes 4:12 in case you wondered. But I went so much longer than I thought. I had so many, I'm like halfway there, but I'll cut it in half for you guys because I care. The last thing I want to talk about is limitless.